Yo, what is up, Vicco gang? And today I got a bit of a different video that I've been honestly low-key always wanting to make. And I was pondering if I should do it, but I'm like, you know what? Screw it, especially with some news that I got today that I found pretty interesting for today's video, you know, that I want to bring up that isn't actually part of the subject, which, guys, if you couldn't tell, most of these, I guess, news are gonna be centered around Bleach. You know, generally it's gonna be mostly Bleach news when I do these kind of videos, but I'm gonna sprinkle in some things that I find really exciting or interesting to, you know, talk about. You know, this is something I've been wanting to do for a while, guys. You know, sorry this is a little disorganized because this is my first ever episode of this, so I don't know how many of these I'm gonna be doing, but you know, whenever I feel like it, I'm gonna make them. And yeah, hopefully you guys like it, man, because you know, I'd be wanting to talk about other things, you know, just more general, you know, news type things. And you know what, you know what, screw it, guys, screw it. I don't know how often, like I said, it's gonna be, but I'll do it when I want. Okay, so guys, this is the first episode of this is probably a pending title, but Vicco's News Roundup segment. All right, if you wouldn't mind, like, comment, subscribe, man. I am almost at 500 subs, man. Let's get to it, man. Let's get to it, man. That'll be super hype. All right, anyways, guys, our first thing today, guys, is this piece of information, bang, pertaining to Cour 4 of the 1,000-Year Blood War. As you can see here, most of these are going to be coming from Tite or Taikubo's club outside subscription service thingy majig or newsletter, whatever it is. I don't know exactly what it is, but he essentially subscribes to his own like webpage, and you can ask him all sorts of questions, or he makes comments like this, which I'll read right now. Kubo's comment on his club. So this piece of news was actually like a couple days ago at this point, but you know, I just think it's very interesting. Lately, I've been reviewing a lot of Bleach's Cour 4 storyboards back to back, and there are some episodes where even at the storyboard stage, you can already tell the animation is going to be insanely difficult. Though to be fair, every episode seems that way. I can't help but worry about the animators. So, you know, my first thought when I saw this was like, oh wow, yeah, they're going to put a lot of work into Cour 4, which everyone is kind of expecting because it is the last Cour of 1,000-Year Blood War, you know, and I'm pretty sure the common consensus is that the final parts of 1,000-Year Blood War is definitely where things get very rocky and very, to put it, you know, lightly, very poopy, right? It gets very messy at the end, right? From what I've heard, I don't know exactly how this stuff transpires. You know, I want to make it clear that I have not read the end, you know, the 1,000-Year Blood War manga. I am essentially kind of, experiencing it for the first time through the anime. I did get a lot of it spoiled because I was a nosy little guy. Okay, that's my first thought when I saw this, right? That they're gonna go crazy with the anime. But you know, people point out that like, hey, he kind of just said that it might be difficult in general, you know, like because in the past Cours, you know, he said that, right? I think regardless, I think that just means these episodes are gonna be kind of crazy because I think this Cour will have the most revisions to it, right? The most, you know, added content in it possibly, because Cour 3 has a lot of added content, and Cour 3 is arguably probably the best Cour so far. But Cour 1 has like my favorite episode in 1,000-Year Blood War, so that's kind of like a lot of where that comes from for me for Cour 1. So for me, Cour 1 and Cour 3 kind of like go back to back in my opinion. But Cour 3 is probably the hypest. Probably the most consistent, probably, maybe. So I think in that respect, I think, you know, I don't blame people for putting Cour 3 as their favorite Cour so far. So, you know, we saw the insanity with Cour 3, so I'm, you know, have some expectation for Cour 4 to be absolutely just insane stuff all around. And, you know, I think that's honestly my final takeaway from this piece of news here, guys. Okay, so that's that. You know, appreciate, you know, everyone's like feedback in these things, you know what I mean? You know, like right here, right? This isn't a praise of the final animation quality, but rather a comment how these episodes already look like a nightmare to animate even from the storyboard stage. It's more about the sheer difficulty involved and genuine concern for the animation staff. So that's that side of that as well, you know, which is totally, you know, that's probably what it is, you know, but you know, I'm not doubting that they're gonna do a fantastic job with the anime, you know. But you know, and also it's like, especially with like high quality animation and animation in general, it is just probably one of the most difficult things you can do, I feel like, as a creative person, you know what I mean? So shout out to the animation, you know, production, you know, crew, you know, shout out to them because they've done a fantastic job to me, in my opinion, so far. So shout out to them, and hopefully, you know, you guys are excited for 1,000-Year Blood War Cour 4 of Bleach. Now for the next piece of thing, yes, boom, Bleach Soul Resonance, man. Bleach Soul Resonance, where is it, man? Where is it? But it looks like they are actually taking advantage of the time they've been taking to put out this game, because as you can see here, apparently this is like a Bleach Soul Resonance before and after thing. Apparently this is like some improvements or whatever with the game, you know, enhanced graphics, character models, story presentation, character skills, engraving system, whatever that is, and login interface. So yeah, apparently just a lot of improved just things in general, which I can appreciate. Like, look at that, look at the vending machines, look at everything, and look at this. Look, this one is very apparent. Like, look at that. This is like if you want to be completely honest, right here, this Ichigo, this little render right here, this looks like a knockoff, like you know, like those poopy like rip-off games or whatever. Yeah, that's what that reminded me of. But they seems like they heavily, in my opinion, significantly improved this with a 1000-Year Blood War inspired illustration, you know, render here of Ichigo. And I'm assuming this is like your character, I believe, you know, when you're looking at him, like just straight up or something. I don't know exactly, or this is just something else, and I don't know. But maybe this is in that same thing. Yeah, right here. Yeah, it is like SR Uryu, right? And then bang. Oh yeah, like come on. Give it to me, man. Give it to me. Yeah, this is way better. And right here, like story cutscenes, I guess. I think it's a little hard to see here, but you can see it's a little more contrast, you know, more the darkers are darker, you know, and like it's just, it does look cleaner for sure. It's just, you know, yeah, the video quality isn't the best on this site. So yeah, it's really compressed, really stinky. You can even see here too. Oh, like come on, night and day difference with Byakuya here, dude. Look at this. Oh yeah, it's just more, you know, shading, more, you know, like the shadows and stuff, I guess I should be saying. Like, yeah. And this Kenpachi one is crazy, man. Look at that. Look at that. Like more clear, more defined everything, man. It is really nice to see. How do I say? More lighting, more shadows, more everything, man. Like it does look moderately better for sure. And even here, you can still see that they're working on it, but you got like the actual like graphics when you're at, you know, in gameplay. I already think this looked kind of sick, but apparently they improved it. I'm like, yeah, like look at this. This is freaking Substitute Soul Reaper, freaking Substitute Shinigami arc, whatever Ichigo, and he looks sick. Like, holy moly. I really want to try out this game, man, but man, there just hasn't been any news, and this is just some news I finally got. Look at Urahara here, dude. He looks a lot better. Like, oh my goodness. And I did hear that they were trying to like replicate kind of like the 1000-Year Blood War like art style and stuff like that. You know, anime art style. Like, look at that. Like, look, that looks pretty freaking clean, dude. And like whatever that is, this looks sick. Whatever this is, like, come on, like these are some shots, like some you know, pretty iconic shots for Ichigo right there that he's posing in right here, you know, especially this one. It's cool, of course. And bang, yeah, Bleach Soul Resonance, man. I need it, man. I feel like I need it. I'm really curious how this game is gonna work, because I played some of these games in the past, you know, because I've seen some early gameplay of the game, and it does really remind me of other games that come from, I'm pretty sure they come from China, you know, especially the Hoyoverse games. I've definitely dipped not only my toe, let's say my whole leg into a Hoyoverse game, but I've broken out of it. You know, I'm just curious. You know, I'm really curious how this game's gonna go. You know, I really want to make some videos on this game, guys, and hopefully you guys, you know, are, you know, interested in this game as well. You know, and I don't know how hard I'll go in this game. I don't know. I have no idea. But it just really depends how they roll out the content in these games, right? So, anyways, yeah, I just want to show this. You know, really cool how they have improved graphics, improved character models, all this stuff. You know, because I did hear some mixed things on how the game looked from that like closed beta, I believe they did semi recently at the time of recording this video. There's some news on Bleach Soul Resonant. Now, to address a funny little thing here. So the same club outside, club inside, whatever, right? For Kubo's like thingy majig. You know, I did reference how he does take questions and he does answer these questions in comments, right? But the questions that he does choose to answer are quite interesting to say the least. You know, first I want to show this one. This is the most recent one, I guess. In a new Q&A, Kubo revealed that Shinji's cut his long hair in order to match his latest fashions in the world of living. You know, because we all know, you know, when Shinji was a captain, he had his hair long, you know, in that flashback, right? And then obviously in present day Bleach, he cut his hair quite short. And he's like, sure, you know, cool, I guess, you know, I feel like that's quite apparent, but cool that, I guess, you know, he gives some, I guess, clarity, I guess, to the point, to the fact that Shinji cut his hair. Now, this one was pretty funny, in my opinion. And the new Q&A, this Q&A is like quite a bit ago, but, you know, I just found it very, very funny that Kubo revealed that will gay OPs or kill gay OPs, stripped power of the jail, close the gate or are open in chapter 499 of the manga, or, you know, I believe this is like episode 3, I believe, in the 1000-Year Blood War in general, Cour 1, something like that, 3 or 4, somewhere around there, 2 to 4, something like that. Okay, I think 3, pretty sure it's 3, episode 3, I believe, or 4. Anyways, in the anime, you can clearly see like an arrow, you know, the Quincy arrow shot sound, and see it, you know, go zoom past Ichigo, and it closes the rift to the Soul Society while he's in the Garganta, right? And I feel like that's quite apparent. I guess this needed to be answered, because I feel like that was quite like, come on, like I don't know what the question was exactly, but, you know, I feel like it's kind of silly how this, in my opinion, you know, I don't want to like, you know, offend anyone who you think the clear picture, but, you know, I feel like it was quite apparent, in my opinion, what happened here in both the anime and the manga, man. Like, clearly that's kill gay OP's power. You know what I mean? Like, it's the jail. It looks like a jail cell type thing, you know, closing the Garganta rift right here. You know, I don't know. I feel like it's quite apparent. And I feel like Kubo, you know, and I know this is like a funny thing that people say all the time, like, why the heck does Kubo, you know, answer these silly questions? You know, but you know what I mean? I think he does it just, he thinks he's, I don't want to say he thinks, but like, I think Kubos are trying to be a little cheeky, you know what I mean? Because I bet there's a lot more interesting questions out there. Maybe, you know, I don't know. I'm not in the crew inside, club outside, whatever it's called. You know, I'm sorry. But anyways, I feel like this was a very funny thing I wanted to bring up really quick. Just funny little questions that Kubo will be answering. You know what I mean? Anyways, like, comment, subscribe. You've been liking so far about what I've been talking about. You know, if you guys liked the video so far. But now I'm gonna bring up something that I am, I guess, secretly very, very excited for, guys. This was just revealed today for a game I'm really excited for. Like, I'm just really excited for this game. We might actually see some big news for this game coming up soon. Okay, 3, 2, 1, man. Dragon Ball Project Multi's real name has been supposedly revealed. Dragon Ball Gekishin Squadra. Source team. Oh my goodness, guys. I cannot wait for this game. I'm sorry, guys. This is so random, I bet, guys, but this game was in like an open early access beta thing like months ago. I'm pretty sure like nearly like 10 months ago at this point, like 9 or so months, I believe, when the game came out, and like or the beta came into beta like late August, and it went until early September of 2024, guys. And let me just say, I loved this game. I love this game. It is a MOBA, but and honestly, guys, I always thought MOBAs were, you know, like, you know, respectfully, really whack looking, right? But this game made MOBA look sick, or maybe this is the only cool looking MOBA to me, because man, this game was so fun. Like, this game was, I couldn't put it down. I could not put the game down when the game came out, or wasn't, you know, the early beta or whatever that was, right? They have been radio silent for a billion months, and they finally, there's something here. This was like kind of a leak, you know, quote unquote. So, but this does mean that this game is, you know, I'm assuming in some sort of in development, and it's possibly, hopefully, releasing soon, because I need this game really bad. I'm telling you guys, I'm even debating on making like videos or streaming this game. Like, I'm being so serious, guys. Like, this game is the one, guys. I promise you. Like, guys, I implore you. I'm pretty sure this game is gonna be free to play too, guys. So I implore you guys to at least check it out. It's free. It's not hurting you, you know. And I honestly think for like, if you're not even like that interested into MOBAs, or you're just like not a fan of MOBAs in general, I honestly recommend you guys to try this game, because I absolutely, honestly, I want to say I love this game. So yes, guys, hopefully this game is releasing soon, because I need this game really bad. By the way, I don't know if this is actually the English name of the actual game, because people have been translating it left and right. Like, apparently it actually means the Grand Squadron, or like something to that effect, or like something like I think I saw a note on like Ultimate Team or something like that. So maybe they'll like call it something else, because I'm pretty sure this is the Japanese name here. Okay, Gekishin Squadra, but you know, or the Grand Squadron Ultimate Team, or something like that. This guy needs to close his mouth. Thank you very much. Okay, I mean, this game, if it is actually called Gekishin Squadra, I'm just gonna call it freaking Dragon Ball Project Multi, Dragon Ball Project GOAT, if I may, guys. All right, man, I think I've been talking a lot more than I thought I was gonna talk about these news that I have rounded up here. Hopefully, you guys like this different type of video, man. I am almost at 500 subs. Like, comment, subscribe, man. That would make my life. Okay, that'll make my life, and hopefully, you guys, like I said, enjoy some of these little news tidbits I shared today, guys. Like I said, I don't know how often I'll be doing this, but whenever I feel like it, okay? I'll try to put mostly Bleach news, and then something interesting that I'm very interested in, or very like excited, you know, or you know, just in general have high interest in, you know, guys. Anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this new type of video. Hopefully we'll be putting out every so often, right? Every so often, guys. And yeah, man, it has been yours truly, freaking Vicco, and I am freaking gone. Sub now.